yard sale right there, Nice Avenue. Good afternoon. It's Saturday, September 18th. I'm gonna head up to Jenks Lake. There's still a forest closure. They extended it to the 22nd. You can drive through the forest. You can go to a private residence. You can go to like Seven Oaks. I may stop and get a cheeseburger. But you can't stop in the forest to go like hiking or camping or bird watching. You know, the forest still has that closure. And we'll check out Highway 38 here by Mill Creek, see if they were writing tickets last week. And I'm sure they're writing them this week. But what other news? Got a lot of found dogs. Redlands and Yucaipa. Take a look at the found dogs. Maybe you know the neighbor who has a dog or owns a dog. There's a bunch of them. Seemed like yesterday and today. Wildwood Canyon. All over Douglas Street. Down by Dunlop area. Yucaipa. Hello everybody. I'm digging this 80-degree weather. It's like 84 when I left the house. I'm gonna get some yard chores done. Probably my foot's healing up where I can get out and do some stuff now. It's still got a little. I still got to be careful so it doesn't get infected. Hello everybody. Hi Valerie and hi Liz. And thank you to Chad and his crew at Jaeger's Automotive, Jaeger's Diesel in Yucaipa. I got a bad shake on my motor, and I took it up to them, and they looked at it real quick. And it's my fuel injectors, is the bracket that holds them. It's come loose. I'm gonna go back next Friday. They're gonna replace the bracket, but it had a little bit of a shake, which I was going crazy because I didn't know if it was engine mounts or I just had a valve adjustment done, so I wasn't sure what it was. But the old truck is the old gal's getting old. It was a really reliable truck for 15 years and then 16 years, and then it seemed like everything started breaking. Transmission, and then the turbo, and hose off the turbo. Man, don't tell me that. I'm not a fast driver, so if I come up on your tail, you're going slow. I think we're down to 30 mile an hour. It's a 50 in here. There we go. They're probably looking at their phone. Usually that's how you can spot them on the freeway. They're going 50 in the fast lane or second lane. They're looking at their phone. And usually they'll wobble, especially on corners. But yeah, they're still going really slow for up here. And some people don't like the curves. I know some people, especially in the mountains, they go really, really slow on the curves. But what other news? Anybody got any news? Yeah, that's the other reason I'm going up to. There's a couple cabins I want to look at. We're house hunting, we're cabin hunting. I don't know whether to do it as a second residence or I'd rather live up there. The city, just to me now, is just getting, Redlands especially, it's getting out of control. The crime and the homeless and it's time for me to move. I don't know, bro. People can't believe I lived in the city for so long, being a farm boy. But let's see, these houses up here, what's it called? Mountain Gate? There should be people living in here now. I think I saw some cars. I think they were like, there's a crow. Crow just picked up something. Looked like a French fry. See a crow on the right? Somebody threw a bag of food out, probably. But yeah, they're still building, but there are a lot of them. Let's see if we can see any. That one on the right was I think the first one done. Let's see if we see anybody living in there yet. And those are big houses though. Small lots, but boy, they're big tall houses. Yeah, I don't see anybody living in there yet. Let's see if they have the, and I thought I heard the fire danger went up to critical. Let's see what the sign says, which is like the highest. That might have been extreme. It's extreme today. That might have been because of the heat wave we just had. Low humidity, and I haven't heard critical in a while, but that could have been a lot of Angeles Forest too. Angeles National Forest. I can't remember what it was for. Oh, it actually said Forest Ranger just went through there, and yeah, I heard the Forest Ranger and the sheriff were tagging them. We'll see up here. Yeah, you can't get in the creek. That's part of the forest. The forest actually starts right at the base of the mountain right here. I think this is on the left is private or BLM, and it's what do you call it? Water District, East Valley Water District or whatever. We used to dove hunt out there a lot, quail hunt, but not anymore. Yeah, forest starts right above the bridge. I would be up here quail hunting with my bow, but they have an archery season. It opens early, but the forest is closed. You can't hunt, can't fish, can't. I think that would mean Jenks Lake is closed. That's a forestry. We can go. We'll go by there on our drive. Yeah, I don't see anybody parked on the bridge. Let's see if there's any cars. Yeah, ain't nobody. Last week there was 6 or 7 cars, and about half of them had tickets. I think the word got out. Either that or they just got ticketed and they left. Ain't nobody down there now. I should pull off and let these guys go around me here. Got a bunch of Jeeps coming up. Now, I don't know if you can go. That's one thing I haven't asked. Can you go off road and just, you could say you were going to somewhere and you're taking the shortcut or the long way, but I don't know if you can be on the forestry roads. I'll have to ask Dave or one of the forestry guys. And you can use these turnouts like me, that's what they're for, to let traffic pass, but you can't. Well, there's a window smash here, it looks like, and another window smash. See the glass? Crap, there's 2 of them right there. Got window smashes, but I don't think you can. Yeah, there's a sign right there. Area closed. I don't think you can do like a picnic or anything right in the turnout. You got to be just moving out. Sorry about that. Lost you right back there. There was a couple cars in Vista Point parked there, and what was really curious is Morton Peak Road is open. The gate's open. Last week it was closed. I would think, yeah, the picnic area here at Thurman Flats is closed. I would think they'd have Morton Peak Road shut, but you can't go up the Morton Peak. And I just saw a video, some asshole in a gray Tundra truck, they got his plate number. This guy was passing on over yellow lines, going head on with cars, several cars. Force some people off the road. It's on the Forest Falls group. I'll share it. Whoever the driver is a maniac, because he, right above the bridge here, he went head on with a car passing on double yellow. And that's scary as hell when you see somebody coming at you. I had a guy do it up here coming down. I think he was coming from Big Bear. I think it was a white Dodge pickup. Went around me up right around here. Double yellow on the curve. That's crazy. the guy behind me on a red. He's going to go around here. You crazy. Look at this crazy son of a bitch. Look at that guy. Over the double yellow. I'm going 60. 55, 60. Some people just don't want to wait. They're just, you know, what's sad is they'll kill somebody else. I wouldn't mind if they just kill themselves, you know. I hate to say that, but there'd be one less idiot on the road, but they usually involve other people. There's your asshole driver for the day right there. Now watch what he does up here. Well, up here's legal passage. See, he could have waited though right here and done it legally. Yeah, he's gonna, what an asshole. At least he got in, you know, he wasn't gonna go head on. Your butthole drivers for the day, here you go. And sometimes there's a chippy sitting up here. I don't know why people report him, because he's actually tagging the idiots that are going 90 miles an hour through here. I got another guy already on my ass. I'll use the turnout and let him around. You're supposed to, like, it's 5 cars behind you. You're supposed to use the turnout, but I usually pull over if there's even 1 car. I think by law there has to be 5. But yeah, where's the turnout at? And we never did find this dog. If you remember the dog we were looking for, the one that the guy pulled out the drone and the dog took off, right here in this turnout, we never did find that dog. I put my drone up. He was like a cattle dog. Is there still some of that's closure? I was going to say, there was a sign up here about the missing dog for a while. Oh, he didn't take it, he kicked him out, huh? Actually, I'm just not being able to read your... So let's see if it's clear. I'll probably lose you up here. Yeah, it's clear. I want to go up the Jenks Lake, which is a cut through to Highway 38. You know, it's not... I won't be breaking the closure order. I don't think. Should be. I'm just using it to cut through. It just parallels 38, so... Yeah, I wonder what happened to that sheepdog, cattle dog. I never did... there was no sightings of him at all. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose you up here. And I saw a rock report last night. They had some rocks down up here by Angeles Oaks. There's still rock coming down. You can see the rock slide right there on the hill, where it's coming down naturally. It's always come down right up above here. So I wouldn't go flying through this section. From here to Angeles Oaks, even above Angeles Oaks, they're getting a lot of rock come down. You can see the rocks are on the shoulder there. But you see the burn. Okay, sorry, I lost you again. It's kind of intermittent up below Angeles Oaks. I just passed about a football-sized rock that was in my lane. There's down, what is that, mile marker, maybe 16, 15. There's some rock in the road there on both sides. The one on my side was pretty good-sized rock. So you don't want to come flying around these corners, because if there's a car like that coming toward you, you ain't going to have anywhere to swerve. There really ain't no shoulder. So right here's another spot where they've had a lot of rock. Right here and around the corner. And Caltrans is usually pretty good about, as soon as they get a report, they'll bring a truck with a blade down here to scrape it off. They were using these excavators, I think you call them, to dig out these creeks. Hopefully that's the last of the rock. Little doggy sticking his head out. Actually, it looks like the cell coverage has gotten better. I used to have to, during the fire, I had to come up here to mile marker 18, where these pine trees are up here. So maybe Verizon's been able to adjust their antennas or their amps a little bit. I had to park right there was where I was parking to get cell coverage. I'm on Highway 38 going up to, I'm above the turnout for Valley of the Falls, for Forest Falls. I'm coming up to Angeles Oaks. Highway 38, the back way to Big Bear, if you're not familiar. This is kind of more the scenic route. It's longer. Well, it depends on traffic too. Lost you again. I should be good from here on up. Should be. I can't believe nobody's come flying up behind me. Usually there's a ton of traffic going up. And everybody's on their side of the road. Usually I get run off the road at least once or twice coming up here. Get pushed out of my lane by somebody hanging over the edge on a turn. But it's been a year since the El Dorado fire. And what was it, September 5th? I think is the day it started. You can kind of, we'll go look at some of the burn scar and kind of a 1 year later. Look at the, if you watched the fire back then, you probably remember me driving up here every day. And thank you to Oaks Restaurant. They were really, they fed me and kept me well fed and watered. And the firemen, they were feeding the firemen every night a nice sit down supper with tables and chairs out front. It's so nice to, you know, these guys eat bag lunches all the time, sack lunches. It's so nice to sit down and have a hot cooked meal. Somebody, you know, bring it to you. It's just a world of difference. It's almost like home. This is a fire. It came down on the right. It was coming into the homes on the right here, and it never got across Highway 38, but boy, it got close. They foamed a couple of the homes right above the fire station up here, right on the right. In fact, we should probably drive through there. It got, in fact, Sammy at the restaurant, there's a webcam there for Mountain Home Care that Jeff Schaefer runs. Sammy put, he didn't want people to watch their homes burn, so he put, I think it was a bag or something over the webcam. We all thought that the webcam was broke, but Sammy did it to, he didn't want the people that lived here, but I was sitting right in front of the restaurant with the live feed going, you know, so I finally told Sammy what happened, and he didn't know I was sitting out there doing live video. But it turned out, poor Jeff thought his camera was broke, but it was Sammy with his bag. I would kind of want to know. I would want to see, even though, you know, it could be the worst thing you could watch is your house burned down. But I would want to see it. I would want to see how bad it is. And that's one thing, or if my house was still there, that's one thing everybody thanked me for on the videos was they just wanted to see what was happening. There wasn't much on the news, and they just wanted to know if their house was still there, if their neighbors were still there. You can see the burn right there. See the burn? And this got really bad back in here. All that was on fire up there. Logs were rolling. I'm going to pull off here, let this guy around me. Logs were rolling down and burning. Pine cones on fire were rolling down the mountain. It was crazy. It got most of the trees on the right side of the road right here. You can see all the brown trees. There's still some pines in there, though, that made it. Yeah, every night when I went home, this was like kind of hold your breath through here. When the fire got right down to the road right here, and as it came down to the road, the firemen were standing in the road. You know, they were going to use this as a fire break. And to talk about brave, standing out there, and there's logs and boulders coming down. They call it roll off. And they're standing in the road with their little firefighting tool. They're just, and it did burn across the road up here, or well, it's spotted. They jumped on it and put it out. They kept it from jumping the highway. But I was in a vehicle. Those guys are standing out there. I mean, they got a helmet on, but that's some pretty, this was on fire too. See all the brown trees up there? This burned pretty good too on the left. And that one, a year ago yesterday, September 17th, that was the worst night. That was the night Charlie Morton died up here. I came down that night, and coming down, I should have went to Big Bear. There was logs and everything rolling down. It was just a bad night. We heard that he had been killed, and then it was probably the worst night driving down as far as boulders and flaming logs. And I went home and went to bed about 2 or midnight. And then Eddie from Beaumont News Service called me and said they were going to bring Charlie Morton's body down. So we went over and waited at the bottom of the canyon till about 6 in the morning. And then they said they were going to bring the body down later. And I was passing out, falling asleep. So I went back home. I missed them bringing him down. They got a front loader there. He's blocking good way to block the entrance there. You ain't gonna get back in there. But that was so sad. That was a long day, and it was just a bad day. Worst news you could hear was the firefighter had been killed. And the Boy Scouts up here at Camp Tockwitz, they named a meadow after Charlie. It's called Charlie's Meadows now. Tockwitz is the one with the bridge up here. In fact, that's right below where Charlie was killed. Basically, he died saving their camp. The fire was trying to cross the highway. It was spotting across the highway. And his hotshot crew, they were from Big Bear, were there trying to keep it from, see that guy's on the yellow line right there. Right here's where I saw a little baby bobcat one night coming right before dark. All I saw was the baby. I'm pretty sure Mama was up above. But when I first saw it, there's something laying there. Oh, it looked like a squirrel. Something got squished right there. The little bobcat saw me, it squatted down. I thought it was a squirrel or something. But it didn't look right when it took off. I thought, that looks weird. It's not a squirrel. It didn't have a long tail. And then when it ran up the bank, man, that little cat could move. It went up the bank, and it was real steep. And then I could see it was a little bobcat. And he hauled ass up the bank. I was worried he was abandoned, by himself. But the way he hauled ass up there, I'm pretty sure Mama was up above. I looked for Mama, but I couldn't find her. But he didn't, with that little cat, I'm pretty sure had Mama nearby. I wish I'd have seen her, though, just so I knew for sure. Where are we at now? We should be coming up to Jenks Lake. You see more burned trees here on this ridge. It was Santa Ana, oh, sorry, San Bernardino Peak that's above us on the right. See the burn? Yeah, this was a bad area right here. This all burned hard. This is where the firemen were standing. A lot of them were standing right here in the road. And it's weird. Over at Forest Falls, I could hear the boulders coming down. And there was a fire captain I was standing there talking to. And I said, "Do you hear that?" And he just had this kind of wild look. And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "My crew's over there." His hand crew was up at the edge of the homes, right where the raw boulders were coming down. And the captain had that look of concern, like, "Yeah, my crew's over there." And I was like, damn. But they were there to protect the houses there at Forest Falls, off of Wood Road and I can't think of the other road. We're getting close to them. I'm gonna pull over up here. We're getting close to Camp Tockwitz. I can't pull in near that. That cat's got that. Oh, there's a spot. They even got a porta potty there. If you know where the U-Pick Apple Orchard Stetson Creek is up here, that's where Charlie died, right above there. The Apple Orchard doesn't have apples. I'll let the guy go by here. They don't have apples this year. The owner posted that. Whoa, look out, dude. Damn, I'm over on the side. He come, look at that clown. I thought he was going to hit me. He come right next to me. And I was a good 5-6 feet over in the shoulder. Damn. Wonder if, is that gray Tacoma? No, that was I think that was a Dodge. But up here, Stetson Creek, I get the willies every time I go by here because I remember that night. I got a bad feeling that night, and then that's when there's a car in there now. They may have hiked up. Yeah, there's a memorial up here. Right here's the Stetson Creek. They may have hiked up to his memorial. Yeah, there's a car. I was going to park in there, but right up there is where that. Oh yeah, there's Cal Fire right there. Those guys are probably that's probably his crew right there. See the crew bus? Yeah, they may have come up here for his memorial. It's Pilot Rock. Let's see if I can pull over the guy on my butt. Yeah, they may be coming up. They may have came up yesterday too for 1 year. It was after dark. I remember watching. That reporter from the Orange County Register was with me. We were kind of hanging out up here and talking, and I saw those hand crews form up, and it was kind of getting crazy with the fire making a run on both sides of us. It was trying to jump the road right here, and it was trying to hook around us to the left. And I was getting a little. Yeah, we were right here in this turnout. I can't remember the guy's name. Will. That reporter, he had some great shots from the Orange County Register. Will, God, what's his name? Yeah, I was parked right here. Yeah, this is where we saw 40 King go over, and then we heard on the scanner they had a missing. First they said he was a missing firefighter, and it was like, oh shit. And we went on the other side. We were looking down into Stetson Creek, and it didn't look good. It looked like the fire was gonna get established over there. And the hand crews were already in there with the hoses already pre-laid, and they did a hell of a job. There was fires starting right next to cabins and like wood piles, and they were right there and put it out. Here's Jenks Lake. Jenks Lake Road. This is the west end of Jenks Lake. See if we can see some deer or bears shouldn't be out, but you never know. Hi, Chrissy. Yeah, it's a beautiful day for. I've been cooped up in the house with this damn foot. I'm finally getting where I can drive a little bit. So I've been getting shack wacky. I can't do chores or nothing because of the damn foot. But I'm getting out where I can wobble around on it a little bit better. This is all closed here. Camp Brown Meadow and Four Seat Creek. Well, I believe the camps can be open because they're private. You can go to the camp, but you can't go hiking. You just can't go. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen any. Is this the guy? I think that's maybe a different guy. The one that just kind of swung wide on me there when I pulled in that turnout. But last week I saw the Forest Rangers. They were up at Forest Falls. They were canned. There was a bunch of them parked in another squirrel. That squirrel. They were parked in the Malmere Trailhead parking lot, and they were up at the picnic area. They both were closed, and they were kind of like guarding them. People are trying to sneak through. They're parking down the street, and then they're walking. They're sneaking into the creek, and then walking up Mill Creek. Yeah, they're trying to be sneaky. See if we can see some deer or I'm pretty sure the camps are back open. I saw traffic a couple weeks ago before they did the closure. Oh, there's a cabin up here I want to look at. See, this guy just flipped around and he's right on my tail. That's something. I'll let him go by. I'm not sure what he's doing. Got a cowboy hat on, but I know that's a different Dodge Ram. That's a gray one. A lot of Dodge Rams up here. There's the Camp de Benneville Pines. Yeah, I saw people a couple weeks ago when before the closure, there was people coming out of here, you know, right at Sunday night, 5, 4 o'clock. So the camps are open. This creek has been really dry right there. While we're going down there to check on those cabins, well, that was a little scary down there. That road got a little rough. I was worried about getting stuck. I'm on Jenks Lake Road. So if you're wondering where I'm at, Jenks Lake, I'm going east. I came in on the west end. You can drive through the forest if you want to go take the kids, look for some deer, but you can't hike or picnic, or you can't go into the forest. And here comes Jenks Lake. Let's see if it's open. I think it would be closed because it's a forestry lake. So if you want to bring the kids when they got Jenks Lake open, you can fish up here. I don't think you can kayak. Yeah, there's no swimming. It's just fishing. There's picnic areas. Let's see if the gate's open. Yeah, the gate's right here. It should be closed, I would think. I can't see. Let's go in and look. Gate's right around the corner. You can't see it, but I bet you, yeah, it's open. Huh. I would think. Well, let's go down and see. I think there's a second gate. Pretty sure this is supposed to be closed. Oh yeah, second gate's closed. Camp Laverne. It's probably so they can get in there to the camp if they come up. You can see the ridge up there. Still quite a few trees over here. The burn scar from, I think it was called the lake fire, is to the left. Looking up the mountain now. To the left over by, we're coming up the Poop Out Hill. the old trail that you used to climb up to San Gorgonio. The burn scar, when I drove up there during the El Dorado fire, I drove up, you could see the old burn scar. That kind of stopped the fire from going east above us here. Because that fire burned pretty good. It started over here in Barton Flats and burned east. But there's trails up here you can hike. What else? You can fish here at Jenks Lake. It's just day use. You can't camp at Jenks Lake. And here's a nice look out here. Here's the old Poop Out Hill. Well, somebody's parked here. Yeah, you're gonna get tagged. You can't be. Somebody left a shirt. It looks like it's. Yeah, this guy's gonna get. If they're up there hiking, that's forestry. They're gonna get tagged. But that road used to go up to what they called Poop Out Hill, so you could start. You know, it kind of sucked when they closed it off down here because it's another 1.5, 2 mile hike straight up. So when you used to be able to park up above, it was a shorter hike. That's the easiest way to San Gorgonio right there. Well, so here's a nice little lookout. Jenks Lake is right below on the left. If you want a nice little lookout, you can pull off right there, take pictures. What's the other one over there? You come in off by Coon Creek off, what do you call it? Heart Bar. What's that? I can't think of the name of that trail. I think that one's actually the closest to the top. Something Meadows. What's the name of that trail over there? Anyway, this one used to be, I think the closest, when they closed it down here by the highway, by Jenks Lake, I mean, they'd added like 2 miles, which made it longer. I'm trying to think of what that other trail is, or something Springs. Deer Springs? No. I've gone up that a couple times to the peak, and I like, I'm going to say, you kind of go around Grinnell Mountain. You don't go over the top. That's a back road right there. If you park right there, that's a back way on to Jenks Lake. You can walk down that road when it's open. When that road's never open usually, except for during the fire was. But you can walk down if you want to fish the other side of Jenks Lake. Jenks Lake is really low. Some volunteers. What's going on here? So you can't. There's people. I think they're gonna. Yeah. See, this is the parking lot for the Santa Ana River Trail. That guy's parked. See, this is what you'll get tagged for. If you're parked, they'll sit and wait for you to come back to the vehicle, or they'll just tag your vehicle. Of course, it can be broke down too. I don't think you can just tag it, because if he broke down, you know, see how they got the tape over the. This is the South Fork trailhead. This ain't a bad trail here to go up. South Fork will take you up, or no, South Fork runs along the base. Not Coxie Meadow. I'm trying to think of that. I'll pull over there. I'm sure somebody knows what it is. That trail that comes in off Barton, or what do you call it? There's another. These guys are hiking trails. They're gonna get popped. They're acting like they're parking. Well, this guy's just sitting though. He's with his vehicle. Boy, you're taking a risk if you're hiking, because it's a federal closure, and the forestry guys I talked to, you go before a federal judge, not the local Superior Court, and he said it's $5,000 fine. For one, there's a couple of things they can throw at you, violating the closure, and there was something else. But he said the federal judges, they don't care about your sob story. Whereas Superior Judge, I've seen so many Superior judges, you know, they'll listen to the stop order and then they'll, boom, you know, $100, pay the bailiff or pay the court. You know, one after another, $100. Like traffic court. When I've been to traffic court, that's what it was. It was like everybody. I'm gonna pull off here and read the comments. Don't turn me in. I'm not hiking. Oh, yeah, jerky. Thanks, Bradley. Yeah, something, get some jerky. Yeah, Chrissy, the Jenks Lake is the Flume, whatever they. I know Paul Franklin and Dave Druck and some other guys hiked up. They found where they. Oh, there's a deer right there. Oh, she's looking at me. I see you, Mama. Look off to the left. She's standing back. I don't know if you can see her. I'm gonna pull up. She's probably gonna run. How can I do this? I'll pull in here. Actually, see her? Yeah, she took off. Make sure nobody's coming here. Now she's really running. Yeah, I'm looking to see if she's got anybody with her. She's probably out getting a drink. Usually, they eat all night and then they'll lay down and chew their cud like a cow till 11, 12 o'clock. They'll get up and stretch their legs. And I'm looking to see if she's got it. Always look to where they came from. She came from the right. There a lot of them on the other side will hold up till you move by. I don't see a little one with her. Looks like a single doe. Did you see her? Looked like a pretty healthy doe. Like a couple years old. She wasn't a young doe. But during the middle of the day, they'll get up and stretch their legs and they'll move their bed. As that sun moves, they'll move to get in the cooler spot. And if they got water nearby, they'll go down. She may be going to get a drink down at Jenks. Or if she knows of a seep. There's seeps. The seeps are all drying up, though. It's so dry that they don't have the usual seeps they can go to. Seeps are just where the water comes out of the mountain. Oh, there's somebody else parking down here. Man, there's some people. I don't know if they know what the fine is, but I don't think I'd risk a $5,000 fine. Unless I really, 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 really needed to go hiking. But there's so many other places you can go. You can go to Oak Glen. You can go to BLM land. Let's see if we see anything else. We're down on what they call the East Flats now. We're getting down by East Flats. Barton Flats is down to my left, where the campground is. I wonder if that campground, I wonder if they got people in the campground there. That's a National Forest campground. Another camp, Alpine Meadows, Camp Mountain Chai. There's a squirrel. And the squirrels are coming back. They had that, I forget what it was. They had something that was knocking them down for a couple of years. The mites, or they had some kind of disease. But I'm seeing a lot more gray squirrels. Past couple of years, which is good. See we call them tree rats, but growing up as kids, they were tree rats. But it's always good to see the critters coming back after having a bad disease go through them. I think this is another camp here. Yeah. I lost you again. I'm back. I just saw another deer. The deer seem to be up feeding. There's a deer doe back there right off on my right. She was munching away on acorns. She didn't, there's a guy on a motorcycle taking a break. She didn't really pay me no mind. She just kept munching acorns. Looked like a single doe again. I'm back. This is Highway 38. Jenks Lake Road parallels Highway 38. I'll pull over here and catch up on my... And I think that's... I'm going to lose you when I go down. I'm going to go down and turn around and come back. I'll probably lose you then. Excuse me, but... yeah, Chrissy, it gets, the Verizon gets iffy over here. This is what they call Jenks Lake Road East. The road here is called East. It parallels 38 for about, I think I measured it like 5-6 miles.